welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be deep cleaning some items in the kitchen, only one of which is an appliance. We're going to be cleaning the toaster, which I talked about at the end of my last video, as well as the spice rack. We're going to be deep cleaning this, taking out all the bottles, cleaning them out thoroughly, and refilling the ones that are frequently used. So I'm going to give you a good look at what we're working with today, and then we'll get started. This is the toaster. Doesn't look so bad on the front, but once you look inside, we got bits of toast, bagel, Pop-Tart, all kinds of fun stuff down in there. Now I'm not going to do a super thorough deep clean of this. I'm just going to basically get the dirt out and make it functional. We are planning on buying a new one fairly soon. This one is over a decade old, so I'm just going to make it a little more sanitary to make food in and go from there. And then this here, my spice rack, I've had this for probably about, say, 6-7 years. We don't use all of the spices in it, so I'm only going to be replacing the ones that we use frequently. Some of the bottles are empty. Some of the bottles, honestly, I've used very little of. Some of them I have replenished over time. So, and some will remain empty because we simply just don't use it. For example, the sea salt down here, it has been used. This sea salt is like ridiculously old. It's like sticking to the inside. We haven't used it in ages. But I really prefer with sea salt to use a grinder. So I think I'm just going to clean this one up. See, they are individually labeled, so I can't really like change what's in them. But I'm just going to clean it up and have the clean jar sitting on there. And then I did get some stainless steel wipes to help clean the stainless steel parts of it. Wipe those down really well. And we're just going to be cleaning out all the bottles with a bottle brush, refilling some of them. These are ones I'm going to be refilling. We have basil, Italian seasoning, and oregano. We use these a lot. And some of them that we use frequently have been recently refilled, so they're not going to be, they're already mostly full. All right, so let's do this.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope.
Here I'm just using a wet dish rag with some soap in it to try to clean out all the gunk. But as you'll see as we continue through, that was not really doing that great of a job at getting this really stuck on stuff off. So I did pull out an SOS pad with soap in it. Now I had gotten these, I think at Target or Walmart at some point. Oh, and it was Target, I remember, because it was a drive-up order. I had ordered some steel wool pads and they gave me these instead. So I figured, might as well use them. They're a little different and they have soap in them, but we'll give them a try. And they actually work pretty good. They're very inexpensive. Sometimes I use them on my stove when there's really stuck on food there too, and it really does pull it off.
Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away, standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know.
This is just a normal sponge with dish soap and water in it. I'm just trying to clean off all the stuck-on food and spots and stains off the outside. It didn't get some of the really old stains out, but it did take most of the spotting and grossness off the outside of it.
That there should be, there is no one who has a heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you.
All right, so here's the after. It is much, much better. Is it by no means perfect? There's probably still a little bit of residual soap and water down there. I'm gonna let air dry before, of course, we actually use it, but it does look a ton better. All right, so for the spice rack, I'm just going to be taking a few bottles at a time since I only have like a few small dishes I can put the spices in while I'm washing the bottles. I'm just going to be using these little bowls. And I only have 3 of them, so I'm doing the best I can. I'm just going to start on one side and go all the way around, clean as we go. As you can see, these bottles, this is mostly on the outside of the bottles, but there's a lot of like sticky fingerprints and cloudiness. And that's just from frequent use and honestly not much cleaning. All right, so this is the herbed poultry. We use this a fair amount of the time. As you see, it's not full, but it's not empty either. All right. Parsley. Okay, that one, I may just throw this away and leave this as empty. I don't use dried parsley very often. I more often use fresh parsley, but this is just like a solid chunk in the middle. So I definitely think it's time to go. That was so solid it didn't even want to come out of the container. All right, moving on. Paprika, and that is an empty bottle. Not much left. My husband uses this a lot in cooking. Cinnamon, also an empty bottle. Use it frequently. And savory, I do use this some of the time. So I can save that. Okay, that's perfectly good. All right. So I might be able to do more than just 3 bottles at a time after all. I mean, I've got 5 that's up here already. And only 2 of my bowls are used. I'll show you that. Herbs Province, another one we don't use frequently. Another one. It smells just fine. All right. Herbs Province. All right, so I'm going to get to washing these and then we'll come right back. Alright, so we are back. All the bottles have cleaned to this first batch. They look a ton better. My goodness, they're all sparkling see-through again. So I'm going to go ahead and dry them with some paper towels, reload their spices back into them, and set them off to the side. We'll reload the whole spice rack once I empty it completely, and it is cleaned also.
You had me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
So I realized as I was editing all this together that I actually missed the footage of when I was putting the spices back in the jars the first time, and I was trying various different ways. I was not at all prepared when it came to putting it back in the jar. I just didn't really even think about that too much. I wish I had a kitchen funnel, as I'll say here in a little bit, but anyway, that footage, I'm not sure. I think I just forgot to press record, but there's a whole chunk of space and time missing, so I apologize for that, but there will definitely be more footage of me refilling the jars coming up here shortly. Alright, so after all of that juggling, I definitely wish I had a kitchen funnel. I didn't think about it before I set out to do this project, but we're going to make do. Definitely the measuring cup and spoon seem to be working best. I tried to make a funnel out of cardstock. That didn't work very well. So we're going to keep going and just filling up all these spices. Alright, so we have the Italian seasoning bottle. Sage, which I do use a fair bit of. Caraway, which honestly, I don't think I've even opened this. Let me see. Nope. I have never even opened this. So I'm just gonna wash the outside of the bottle. I'll leave the spice in there simply because till the bottle's not empty, but I never use caraway, so just leave it at that. Fennel, just like caraway. I've never used fennel. So we'll just wash the outside and keep it there. Dillweed. Now I do use dillweed. I don't use it terribly often, but I do love it in my eggs. If I like make scrambled eggs or just really eggs in any way. And omelets, I love to put dillweed in it. It's all my bowls. Okay, I have opened the rosemary. I think my husband uses this more than I do. But I think he uses it in like spaghetti sauce or something like that. Okay. Let's see here. Basil. This is what's left of the basil. Now this is old, so I am just going to go ahead and throw this away since it's such a tiny amount. And I do have a brand new bottle of it, so I'm just going to do that. Alright, we're going to wash these and then come back. Okay, so we're back, cleaned that next batch. Just going to dry off the fennel and caraway here. They're all still nicely sealed up, but now the bottles look a lot prettier and shinier.
You can write all the blue. I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and sit in you. Oh, oh. Call me anytime that you need a friend. And call me anytime when you're at a tight end. You, I got you, and you got me too. We can always make it through. What we do is what we do. I can take you anywhere, somewhere. We won't be scared. You will see me flying high. I'm staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and sit in you. Oh, oh. Call me anytime that you need a friend. And call me anytime when you're at a tight end. You, I got you. You got me, got me. You got me, got me. You got me too. Got me, got me. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need it too? 'Cause I got you, and you got me too.
So before anyone says anything about it, yes, I do use a lot of paper towels in my cleaning. At this point in my life and motherhood journey, I just find it very easy to use paper towels. You know, they're disposable. I don't have to worry about running out of clean dish rags. My daughter uses them a lot too. They're just really helpful. They're not very environmental friendly, I know, but at this point, it's just where I am. We're almost done. I'm almost through the third tier on this thing, so just that one tier, what little is left there, and the rest is already empty. So let's keep going. Here we have ginger, which I don't have any refill for, but at the same time, we barely ever use it. This is probably several years worth of use in this bottle, so I'm just going to dump this out because I don't really know how old this is. And we'll just leave it as an empty bottle for now. And then coriander, these little pebbles. I'm not sure. Okay, this is opened. It has been used at some point, so we will empty it and go from there. Marjoram. Marjoram has been used, so we'll empty that. This one, I can't imagine where I ever would have used it. I haven't. Celery seed. Never once used. So just like the others that were never used, we'll just clean the bottles and put them back on the rack. Oregano is completely empty. I thought I had bought some. Might have some up in the cabinet. No, here we go. Yep, oregano. I do have some. Alright, so some oregano leaves. Oh, it's brand new. Alright. We'll refill that. Thyme, which I do have some more of too. It's just not in a bottle. Let me grab it real quick. I have the Badia brand thyme, which we'll put in that bottle to fill that up. All right. Oh, and then the last one, of course, is the sea salt bottle, which we'll just empty and discard. So let's keep going. All right. So I promise I am cleaning these bowls in between the spices. I just didn't want, I'm not filming that much. I didn't want it to become too repetitive. So keep going. All right, we're just gonna dry these last few things. Got the bottles over there. all the bottles cleaned, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this mess. Give a sneak peek of what it looks like. All kinds of spices and stuff on the table from where this didn't work perfectly, but we do our best. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll get to cleaning the rack and getting it all stocked back up again. Be right back. Alright, so I just rinsed this down with some soap and water, cleaned it off as much as like the food gick and such. Oh, puddle on the table. But I did still just want to show you like what I mean by it. It just needs a little polishing. It has some like scarring and spotting. I mean, it's not a device, but yeah, it's just some discoloration here and there. So I'm just gonna run over the stainless steel parts with these and get it good and cleaned up. Alright, so I just want to give the bottom a little bit of an extra rinse. It didn't really bring the spots out too much, but man, did it polish it and shine it up. And I think, yeah. Yes, this was a clean and polish, so it definitely did the polishing. This is a lot shinier and a lot prettier overall than it was. So now I'm just gonna load up all these bottles of spices again and we'll be done. Alright, I'm going to show you the final product here. All the spices, that just looks so much better. As you can see, everything just pops so much better than it did before. There aren't a lot of gross, nasty fingerprints. It's all just nice and straight spices. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you got a lot of good motivation to really dive in and do your super tedious chores that you really just keep putting off because you don't want to do them. That was a lot of what this was for me, so I'm glad I did. I hope you were motivated too as well. Stay tuned for my next video. Will be part 2 of my spring cleaning, which will be tackling both the bathrooms in my house. And I can tell you, this was not fun at all. If you have a teenager, you understand how teenage bathrooms are like. And I have a teenage daughter who does not like to clean hers at all. So stay tuned for some really good deep cleaning, bathroom cleaning motivation coming up in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please click like, subscribe, turn on that bell for all notifications, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.